Okay, today we're installing on the XY, or the YXZ, keep getting those backwards, the YXZ, and whether you have the full tilting windshield or the full, just regular full non-tilting windshield, the first piece you're going to be putting on is this top section, which basically covers this gap and this cut into the roof here so that you get coverage from the rain. So this little small piece is where that goes with, and what we're going to do, and this is always important, is that just peel the plastic bag just past the holes here on this, because if for some reason you don't like the windshield or there's any problem with the windshield, as long as you haven't removed the protective plastic, the windshield is returnable. So want to just peel that back just a little bit so you can verify everything. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece, and this is, your little installation instructions come with your packet. It's all here with your installation directions and all the things you'll need. Other than your Phillips head screwdriver and your 7/16 inch wrench are the only two tools you'll need. So what we're going to do is grab brackets. And just a quick thing to point out here on the brackets, there is one bracket in there that is the smallest of the brackets. Okay, so you have to slip it in with the flat piece going up. So you slip that in forward, spin it around so the rounded part is up, and it comes down together like that. Can you see that?
There you go.
So there's where that's the first thing you want to put on, because it's not easy to put that on once we get this next shield on. This top section is a little tricky. You could also lift this roof up. Since it's not my UTV, I'm not going to be lifting the roof up. If you wanted to lift the roof up, it'd maybe help put this in a little bit easier. Someone to hold your other side. I want to get that on there. So you get your bolt nut and lock washer on that side. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay. And we're set. Now this, you're gonna push this back to where, and look, I know this windshield's gonna fit, so what I would recommend is if you have any questions about keeping your windshield, install your bottom piece on now before you get this top piece hooked up, because there's really no way to hook this top piece off without taking off your protective plastic and therefore voiding the return part of it. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get this, and this guy is going to shove up right up tight to the roof. So this bottom lip, you got to kind of force this guy up here, up into here, and that's where we're going to be keeping it. Oh. Here's a little tip. Make sure your bracket's between that before you force it up there. There we go. You just want to keep them on there really loose to begin with, just because it makes it so much easier to move it around. So obviously on that one I didn't quite tighten it enough. So get that, slide that up so it's tied up to the roof line right there. And now this top piece is literally the major challenge in installing it, just because you're trying to get everything in here to fit. That's why I say if you have littler hands, or if you pop the roof up, this little process right here would be easier. But I'm doing it the hard way. Brandon, will you put a little pressure on that bolt right there for me? So obviously keep your second person, have them hold that bolt, because that was impossible. Somehow I managed to do that when I was putting it on the first time, but that seems really hard, and so I would really recommend having somebody just help you through that process. Now, I'm not actually going to secure all that up. I'm not going to tighten anything down up there until I put my top section on, or my next piece on, because I'm going to pull this down and set it to exactly where I want it once I get done with the installation process. But the more you have it pushed up right close to the hood, you'll be just about in the right spot. Again, just like I was mentioned before, you're gonna check this stuff. If you wanna make sure everything works right, take all this protective plastic, peel it back before you peel that top section off, put your windshield on. I wanna go to that other side and grab that.
What's that?
Okay. Now what we want to do here is got our bolt nut and lock washer. We're going to get our bottom bracket put on. We're going to, again, just like we did on the upper piece, we're going to keep this really loose, just cinching on enough so your bolt doesn't fall off there. You want to keep these loose because centering this windshield comes into play right in this time right here. So get that side set in there. And what we want to do, press this windshield. You can just tilt that down, and you press that windshield down to where this clamp is just sitting below this weld, and that's the correct position for it. So you can see this clamp is just below this weld right there. If you're anywhere off from that point right there, then everything's not going to line up properly. So that's your first point. I'm going to set that one in there nice and tight. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make sure this one's in the exact same position, so I just need to push it down a little bit. Put it right there. And then crank that guy down. You can take your... And this one, literally, you can just continue and you can just cinch this guy down because it's positioning the windshield. And the top ones we can put on in a minute. So that one's nice and secured there. And with these, you don't need to over tighten, you just want to snug them. That's what the locking washers are on there for. So you get that all locked into place. You see where you're going to need to push that up just a little bit to get that to work right there. And bolt nut and lock washer. When I'm tightening these bolts up, I put a little force forward on my 7/16 wrench there in the back, just pushing it forward. Keeps the windshield sucking level to the roll bar. Gives it a little better finish at the end. Loosen those up so that can move. There we go. Yeah, okay. Okay, now you can see that I got that to where it's a little bit better. I didn't have that back. There we go. Reach underneath here and grab the back of this, pound your hand up into that, slides that back. That's what I wasn't getting. Okay, so I'm gonna cinch these guys down up here now. That guy's cinched down right there. So he's not going nowhere now. Okay. And last but not least, this little center bolt. Why don't you actually put some pressure on that top of it right there for me, the bolt. The bolt in the center right here that you helped me with before. Just put some pressure down on that guy.
Start, turn.
Okay. Now that piece is nice and solid right there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now we've got it set. So what we want to do now is we've got that piece set up there. Like I said, we use this to press it up to set our level. We want it nice and snug because we're going to be pulling them in tight. So now what we're going to do is tilt our windshield into the up position. Just going to push it just like that. And you're going to have a little bit of a bow here. This is what we're expecting to have. So it's not, don't get worried there. This is what's supposed to happen. Go like that. And go like this. We're going to pull this piece to just click underneath there like that. So that side's going to click under just like that. We're going to go the opposite side. Okay, now I don't think I just mentioned that, but on these straps, the smooth side is facing you. The clip is to the front. We'll bring that around. Clip that in. Smooth side facing you, clip to the front. We're going to push that guy underneath there. And we're also trying to make this really, really, really strong and tight because this is a really, really fast UTV. So we want everything to be solid, you know, so that it's to make sure that you don't have any problems or anything while you're riding. Now, to give us an additional rigidity between this top section and this top piece, we have a little twisty tie, kind of it's a metal, nice metal tie, and you can just take that, just quickly loop that over there like that, and now we're set to go riding. We've got our full tilting windshield. Just so you guys can see how this kind of functions in the upright position and see the windshield. Just get that down on there. This one right here. Pop that up like that. Okay. So there we are in our upright position. Everything all done. One of the important things before I show you how to put this in the down position is that when you're out on the trail, the most important thing you can do, whether you have a MAR resistant, a non-MAR resistant windshield, is to rinse it off with water first. It's the most important part. By doing that and then rinsing it off with water, use a microfiber cloth to dry it with. It's the best way to take care of your windshields. And to keep them from, you know, the least amount of scratching. Now, when we want to tow this, all of our windshields are designed to be towed in the down position. So we're going to basically release this guy right here. And just pull him out. Brandon's going to go over there and do that for me. Oh, got a little carried away there. That's okay. Supposed to take that out first. That's okay. And you can just take that guy and just twisty tie it right there, or tie it up there, whichever one you prefer. Neither one of them are going to hit your bike, your UTV. It's made to a length that's going to work out. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to take these straps out of here. Just leave that. I'll take care of it. Take these straps out of here. And now we're going to go again, smooth side facing us, clip to the top, pull that through. And then we're going to go smooth side facing us, clip to the front, pull that through. And I'm just going to snug this a little bit right this second. I'm not going to get over tight right there because I want to put my bumpers in. So I'm just going to pull that a little bit. Again, smooth side facing me, clip to the front. So I say you don't want to get these too tight until you get them on, because if you tighten down one side before you put this other side on, it's hard to get the straps in. And again, just like I said, I'm just going to cinch that just a little teeny bit right there. I'm going to get my bumpers. We supply you with 4 bumpers just as a standard thing. Really, on this UTV, you need 2. You got 2 major points of contact. There's your point right there. I mean, if you wanted to just protect it, you could put a second one there. I'm not going to do it on this guy's. If he wants it, I'll give him to him to do that. This is really more than sufficient to keep it from scratching or marring the surface there. You want to center those bumpers out. Now that we have those centered, now we can actually pull these tight. And what we want to do here is we want to grab the back strap and pull it nice and snug forward. Pull this one down, wrap it around the back side, and then we lock this guy on the front, keeping your tension over here. And just like that, lock down this side. Right. So now we're solid down here, and you're going to get a little bit of flex as it's traveling down the road or what have you, but it's nice and solid on the UTV, and you're ready to go. This is how it's designed to be towed. This is how you want to ride it down when you don't have your windshield in the up position. And make sure you secure it down solid. Rinse it off with water first, and you'll have a long-lasting windshield. If you have any questions or other things, please feel free to give us a call. Oh yes, just was reminded, never, ever, ever, ever use Windex on Lexan. It's the most destructive thing. It will, whether it's mar resistant or non-mar resistant, the ammonia base in Windex eats it, causes pitting, causes your vision to be blurred. Literally, if you're not gonna, we have like a cleaning kit product you can purchase that has the Novus one that's fantastic. But really, the main thing you want to rinse it off with to begin with is water. So just use water. If you're gonna use something more than soap and water, you're not gonna be buying a specialty product. Then just use some Dawn in a bucket when you're washing it up, and that's all you need to do. And never ever use Loctite with any of your bolts. Loctite voids your warranty, actually, it's impossible to not see that you use Loctite, because Loctite destroys plastic and is designed to be used for metal. So don't use that either. And again, thanks for your business. Have a great day.